Joining us right now, Illinois Congresswoman Cheri Bustos, a Democrat and member of the House Appropriations Committee and the Subcommittee on Defense. Thank you so much for being with us once again. Can we get your reaction quickly to Russia releasing veteran Trevor Reed as part of this prisoner exchange? This was quite unique timing.
Yeah, it was, considering we're in the middle of this horrible conflict in Ukraine. But here's what I'll say. The Biden administration has been advocating for his release. He'll be home in Texas if he's not home already. I don't know exactly what the timing is on that. But hey, when you have an American in a Russian prison on what some reports say that it was trumped up, it was a 9-year sentence. And so I obviously for Trevor Reed's family and his loved ones, this is very good news, and I'm proud of the Biden administration for working this out. The quote that you reported earlier about how this is not an easy decision. When you're looking at something like a prisoner swap, it's not an easy decision. But I'm glad to know that Trevor Reed is on his way home.
I think a lot of people, especially his family, and of course this may give some optimism to Brittany Griner, WNBA player Brittany Griner's family as well, where she's still being detained in Russia. But we have to talk about the fact that this is all happening in the midst of a conflict in Ukraine by Russia, and we're still saying new aid package. The president announcing a new round of aid. Can you just help us with the math? I think a lot of viewers are wondering, we approved billions of dollars in humanitarian and in military aid. Every time we're hearing about a recent announcement of more care, more aid going to this country, is it in addition to those billions of dollars, or is it part of that massive package?
No, I mean, you're hearing basically a mounting of American support for to make sure that we're there for the Ukrainian people. On a humanitarian level, on a military level. We are talking with you here on Wednesday. Tomorrow, we will be taking a vote in the U.S. House of Representatives on what we call a Lend-Lease program. This is something for maybe folks who can remember back to the World War II era. This is something that we did during World War II to make sure that actually before we had entered into World War II, that we were able to get help to our allies. This is a way to expedite getting that military help. And I'm talking about equipment now. I'm not talking about boots on the ground, but
right.
to get the military equipment over to Ukraine. We are all in from the perspective of making sure that Ukraine can be successful.
I think everybody's clear on that. I think that the question has been about, is anybody keeping track of exactly how much we are giving to Ukraine? But before we let you go, because I don't want to forget this, I know that you have brought up the topic of biofuels, because obviously there is a lot of concern over the Ukrainian conflict affecting the prices of oil and gas. You're saying that biofuels could help bring the prices down. How so?
Well, biofuels are domestic. It is corn growing. It is soybeans growing. It is a way that we can bring down the price of a gallon of gasoline. If we blend 15% of that with ethanol, that can bring down the price of gas anywhere from 50 to 60 cents per gallon. Also, it allows, because you're taking 15% of the gasoline, the oil out of that, it stretches our domestic supply further. So look, I'm from the Midwest. I'm from the state of Illinois, where we're either the #1 or 2 producer of corn and soybeans. We trade that off with the state of Iowa. So this helps middle America. It helps our family farmers. It helps those pumping their gas mixed with ethanol to bring down the price at the gas pump. So I think this is a win for Americans, and I'm really glad to hear that President Biden is making sure that we are looking into that and making E15 something that we can sell year-round in America.
And it looks like something that might need to be more widespread, because only certain gas stations are offering that mix with the ethanol. But certainly a talking point that needs to be discussed further. Congresswoman Bustos, thank you, as always, for sharing your insights with us.
Thank you, Adrienne.
Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to click on the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.